Ahmed Salah from Egypt. It's of course a great honor to be here in the presence of Mr. President and Madam Secretary. I believe that we owe you a lot because you helped us start our movement back in 2004, 2005, but also there is something that I have to say. It was very hard for us when you let us down at that time. Most of us went to jail. I went to jail and I got almost killed inside, and I really believed I will never come out alive, and I was prepared for my death. And we were hoping that there would be some change, that things would improve, and we've been waiting for this. And this didn't happen until the end of the term of President Bush. And I really, all this time, was just had this question, why? And I really want just to hear an answer now. If you could just tell us, why did you let us down after already things were starting to move, after we had so great hopes, and we were on the path that could have liberated Egypt and probably many other countries in the Arab world, even back, in the year 2005, 2006. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, let me say that if we let you down, it was not for a lack of trying to hold you up. The United States is not able always immediately to push events in the direction that we would want them to go. In a place like Iraq, where we overthrew a brutal dictator who was a threat to peace and international security, we had direct means to insist upon and to structure and help the Iraqi people get directly to democracy. In places where there are still regimes in power, as in Egypt, where we dealt with the Mubarack regime on matters like trying to create a democratic Palestinian state, or trying to keep Hamas at bay, or trying to deal with the Iranian nuclear program, we didn't have those direct means. And so we tried, first and foremost, to speak for our values, and continue to speak for our values throughout that entire period. We tried to give the Egyptian people the tools that they needed to speak for their own freedom. I was talking earlier to my good friend Lauren Craner, who's a warrior in this area, and one of the things that we did, for instance, was to give 50% of all American assistance for democracy promotion to groups that were not registered by the Egyptian government. That was right in the face, frankly, of the Egyptian government. And I don't want to embarrass my former boss, President Bush, but there's a reason that Hosni Mubarak never came back to the United States after 2004. Imagine that. The American president cannot get the Egyptian president to come to the United States. There's a reason. And it didn't have to do with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It had to do with how we were dealing with the Egyptian revolution. It had to do with how we were dealing with the Egyptian revolution. It had to do with how we were dealing with the Egyptian revolution. And so we used the tools that we had. Just to give you one example of how much this is a double-edged sword, though, one of the things that we did was we took the free trade agreement with Egypt off the table in response to the crackdown on democratic forces in Egypt. It was one of the few tools we had.